Hey, it's Kevin Tofel with GigaOhm, and today I want to give you a quick look at the HTC Sensation 4G, a phone that arrives on T-Mobile's network on June the 15th, although Walmarts are expected to carry this guy on June the 12th. So get a first look now, and it should be out next week. Take it out of the box and give you a quick look, and it's got HTC Sense 3.0 on there with an active lock screen. We'll take a closer look at that in a little bit. Also has a QHD 4.3-inch screen that's 960 by 540 resolution. Pretty slick, pretty slick. We'll take a closer look at that after we go through what's in the box. We've got our paperwork, of course, and then just 3 items in here. We've got the HTC power pack that you just plug in a USB cable to. We also have a USB cable, it's micro USB. And then we've got some headphones with inline controls. And these remind me of the very same headphones that came with my Nexus 1. Very, very similar, if not identical. So, alright, we'll put all that back in the box and take a close-up look at the Sensation 4G for T-Mobile. Okay, let's take a closer look at the HTC Sensation 4G. We've checked out what's inside the box. Now let's take a look at the phone. It's got the 4.3-inch display, and it is curved slightly on the sides and certainly at the bottom. It's just a very, very subtle little curve on the glass. I don't really feel anything noticeably different by it, but it's something I guess the HTC wanted to try. So you can see right in the front we've got the front-facing camera here, speaker, sensor. On the bottom we've got the 4 touch capacitive buttons, and other than that it's all screen. I'm going to hit the power button here. You can see it's a beautiful screen. It's 960 by 540. It's got good viewing angles. Let me see if I can do that without glare. There we go. Kind of hard to do here in my lighting situation. But it's super LCD, very nice. And you can also see HTC Sense 3.0. We've got the active lock screen here. I've configured it for my weather, and then I've also chosen 4 shortcuts. So instead of just unlocking the phone, which I can do by dragging the ring, I could actually go, say, unlock and go to the web, and boom, there I am. It unlocks and opens up the web app, which I was already browsing. So let's tap that and get back to the home. This is going to look familiar to anybody who's seen HTC Sense. If you've looked at my video of the Flyer, you'll see that has Sense also, the newer Sense. It's a very 3D look, and of course you could go again and again and again and get the nice 3D carousel. I haven't set up all of the widgets as of yet, but you get an idea for it. Maybe you can even see the 3D look there. You can see how it's starting to show a 3D image. 3D look and feel. It's only just replicating the image 3 times, but it does work. It looks pretty nice. So screen is really, really nice. I'm very, very much in love with this screen. It's super nice. Perhaps not as nice as the Super AMOLED Pluses from Samsung, but it is darn good for HTC. I'm super impressed by that. So, all right, let's take a quick walk around the hardware. On the top, we just have the 3.5mm headphone jack and the wake and power button there. On the left-hand side, we've just got a rocker for volume up and down, as well as our micro USB port. On the bottom, we just have a mic input jack, hole, and then the latch to release the back. I'll do that in a minute, because it's very unique, actually. And on the right side, there's nothing. Back side, this is all one piece, but it's metal in the middle, and then kind of like a grippy plastic on the top and bottom. And then, of course, we've got more microphone ports as well as dual LED flash and 8-megapixel camera and speaker for the speakerphone. I'm actually very impressed with the camera so far. I'll have more information in my full review, but HTC cameras are mediocre at best by comparison, at least in the past, and this has impressed me so far, both for stills as well as video, which it does up to 1080p. All right, let me crack it open real quick so we can take a look at that unique way that this fits on. It's kind of hard to do with a camera in front of me, so bear with me 1 second while I go off camera to get this out. There we go. All right. So instead of a cover that fits over the phone, it's almost as if it's a phone that fits in a cover. It slides into the cover. If you can see that, it goes just like that. So the cover has like a lip, almost like a case. It's very interesting. And then here's the phone part of it. And I wonder if HTC could actually reuse these cases and kind of have phone upgrades. It would be really cool if you just buy this piece, yes? Let's see, backside we've got the SIM card slot. This device comes with an 8 GB micro SD card, which is good because there's only 1 GB of internal storage that's user accessible. So you're going to want to either use the 8 GB included or boost it yourself. You can take that out, hot swap it while the device is on, which is nice. The battery, it's relatively large. I want to say it's 1750 milliamps. So far I've been getting through a day of relatively heavy use, so it's been impressive there. And then of course you can see the camera sensor and so on. So let me put this back in its, I want to say put the cover on, but it's really like putting the phone back in a case. Just goes like that, snaps in, done. That's simple. All right, let's take a closer look at the software. HTC Sense 3.0. No signal, that's interesting. Well, the cover actually acts as an antenna, so that actually makes sense to me, but now it has worked and I have my 4G signal here in the house. This does have a 21 megabit per second radio. I have done some speed tests in areas of enhanced backhaul for T-Mobile. Speeds have been fast, but not as fast as I would like to have seen, probably in the between the 4 to 6 megabit per second range. So that's actually pretty good, but I was hoping for more. It could just be my area, however. So we'll unlock, and let's see, go to the apps, and it comes with a bunch pre-installed. I've added my own, of course. One of the things that is included is HTC Watch. And although I haven't rented or purchased any videos from HTC Watch, I have looked and browsed, and also, let me see if I can get a preview. I may need to actually be on Wi-Fi for that, so I'm going to switch over here in the quick settings and say Wi-Fi on. I like the quick settings that they have here in the notification shade. It's just 2 tabs in the notifications, as well as your most recently used apps. So we will get that back. No videos found. Let me go to recommended. And just pick no strings attached, just for fun. Let's see, it's a rental. Is it not going to let me? It may not let me view it because we'll go to Harry Potter. I think because my Wi-Fi was still connecting, quite honestly. I believe it only allows that over Wi-Fi. Gives you an idea of the screen. It's actually quite good. Not as bright and vivid as the Super AMOLED Plus, but still pretty nice. Alright. Let's see what else we can take a quick peek at here. There's also HTC's music store, which is Listen. Yeah, there's Listen. Albums seem to be in the $6 range, but I don't see a wide variety of albums just yet. It's powered by Music Station. New release albums, I didn't see anything super new that I had to have, but you can get a feel for what's there. Of course, you can preview tracks and such. That's fine. The processor in here is a 1.2 gigahertz dual core. It's a Qualcomm Snapdragon. It's been pretty peppy, not too bad at all. I'm not waiting for the device by any means when I'm doing different things, but I have seen that the Tegra 2 devices that are stock, with a stock interface, no HTC Sense or any other overlay, actually seem a little faster to me. So, does have Wi-Fi calling, which is nice. Does not use your minutes, that's super. And that's probably about it for now. We'll save some information for the review itself, but overall, it's a very impressive device. I like it so far. And real quick, I'll just show you size-wise. Compare it to the LG G2X, which has a slightly smaller screen. The Infuse, which has a larger screen, 4.5 inch. And can I fit my Nexus 1 in there? Just barely. We'll move all these guys over. And you can get a feel for the size of the device. It's actually relatively thin. Maybe not as thin as the Infuse, or pretty darn close. Pretty darn close, and that's a pretty thin device right there. Much thinner than the G2X, noticeably thinner. And as far as the Nexus 1, it's, I'd say, pretty darn close to being the same. So this is very much like what I would have expected the next Nexus to be. Unfortunately, it was the Nexus S, which I feel is a little underpowered, but this looks pretty good so far. So come on back, we'll have a full review of the HTC Sensation 4G with HTC Sense 3.0.